Our correspondent Grainne Harrington is standing by. Grainne, first of all, what can you tell us about what's actually happened today?
Yeah, so the blast was very significant. I was about 5 kilometers away at the time and heard a huge explosion, which seemed at the time to be very close by. So it was clearly a very large device. Now, this was really at the heart of the city, a busy part of downtown Kampala. It's not far from one of the main roads, Kampala Road, that runs through the city. It's also close to the High Court, a number of ministries, and of course the Central Police Station and Parliament are all in the vicinity of both of those bombings, which were less than a kilometre away from each other. It seemed to be coordinated, with one blast going off at 10:03 local time this morning outside Central Police Station and another one less than a kilometre away on Parliamentary Avenue. And as you said, it's not yet clear how many devices there were. Police have said that the first device was detonated by a suicide bomber on foot. Now, that had a blast radius of 13 metres, they say, so it was fairly significant, and that was outside the Central Police Station, and they say that it came even as far as the front desk on that station. And when I was down there, it was clear that the windows had been blown out in streets all around. The second one was two motorcycle riders coming down Parliamentary Avenue. Police showed CCTV footage of two riders coming down the road and a significant blast. And so that was in the area of a lot of ministries and, of course, Parliament. So the number of casualties, for now, police are reporting that apart from the three suicide bombers, 3 civilians dead and another 33 injured. But as we were down at the scene, there were still lines of ambulance coming in to pick up casualties from these blasts. So unfortunately, it looks like that toll is highly likely to rise.
And Grainne, now the police have been saying today they believe the group responsible here is the Allied Democratic Forces. Who are they?
So the Allied Democratic Forces, the ADF, are based in neighbouring eastern DRC along the border with Uganda. Now, this group has existed since the 90s and it has its roots in Uganda and has recruited in Uganda. Originally, their aim was to overthrow the Ugandan government. But since 2013, they were pushed into the Congo by the Ugandan army. And since 2013, they've been mainly carrying out some really vicious attacks in eastern DRC, where they've killed thousands of people, especially near the town of Beni in North Kivu. But in 2019, the movement significantly changed, with a radical offshoot of the original ADF claiming to be part of the Islamic State group. Now, in March this year, the U.S. State Department designated the group, which they called ISIS-DRC, a foreign terrorist organization. And there have been a series of small attacks in Uganda over the past 6 weeks or so. A small device at a police station in early October, which had no casualties. A second one in a pork restaurant on October 23rd, in which one person was killed. And there was a third one on a bus travelling from Kampala to southeastern Uganda, in which only the bomber was killed. Islamic State have claimed 2 of those attacks, but those were small homemade devices containing nails, ball bearings. They were nothing like the blast radius and the seriousness of the bombs we've seen today. So if today's attacks are linked to those earlier attacks, this is a very serious escalation.
Grainne Harrington for us there in Kampala. Thank you very much indeed.